What does it take to have a successful launch day? In today's video, we will be talking about exactly that. Whether this is your 100th launch or your very first one, we hope that these tips will help you feel prepared for your big day. Over the past 3 years, my husband and I have been running a small business, and we picked up a few tips and tricks along the way, which we wish we would have known earlier. So we hope these tips are helpful for you. Tip number 1, how much time should you give yourself to prepare for your launch? It all depends on your niche and your audience, so take a look at a calendar and identify when it might be the best time for you to launch your specific products. For example, let's say you are offering a yearly calendar. You would want to give yourself enough time ahead of the holidays and the end of the year for you to share your product with your audience and build some interest and momentum. Setting a launch date will help you identify when you need to order inventory and give you a plan of when to start advertising. That way, when other small businesses are talking about their launches and planning for their launches, you don't have that sense of fear or worry that you're late or doing something wrong. Ultimately, you want to set a launch plan as far out in advance as possible that works best for you and stick with it. Tip number 2, inventory management. One of the biggest challenges as a small business owner is knowing how much inventory to have on hand in preparation for a launch. On one hand, you want to have enough inventory to meet the potential demand, but not too much where you're left with items that you can't sell. Let's talk about a few options that can help you manage your inventory. The first one is setting up a pre-order. This will help you really clearly identify how much you need to order in order to fulfill your orders. However, lead times may be longer, so that can affect marketplace policies such as TikTok that requires you to fulfill orders within 3 business days. And also consider that customers will need to wait a little bit longer to get their orders, so that may steer them away from purchasing. Now let's talk about made to order. If you are making the products yourself, you can maximize on your products and inventory by fulfilling and making those products as the orders come in. For example, we offer a US City sticker and National Park sticker collection, and our city sticker collection is much larger than our National Park sticker, so we've decided to make and fulfill the city stickers as they come, as we're unable to have all of those US City stickers on stock. Versus our National Park sticker collection, we are able to have all of those in stock and ready to ship. The downside to this is that it may take you a little bit longer to fulfill your orders, which can be overwhelming if you're getting a lot of orders at once. Another option is ready to ship. So in this case, you will have all of the products ready to go, allowing you to fulfill your orders right away. Of course, this will mean that you'll give yourself a little extra time to be able to prepare all your products in time for your launch. And the biggest downfall might be that you don't get those sales, and those products might take up space, and overall your profits will be lower. Tip number 3, getting eyes on your products. You won't be able to sell any of your products if your audience doesn't know what you're offering. Ideally, you will have given yourself about 4 to 6 weeks before your launch date where you can share all the behind the scenes of making your product and sharing that with your audience so it builds anticipation and interest. Tip number 4, don't compare. It's very easy to get discouraged when your feed is likely filled with other small businesses and their launch days where they're fulfilling hundreds of orders and overall appearing to have a very successful launch. Remember, we are all on our own journey, and when you start to compare, it takes away from all your hard work. Keep in mind that comparison is a thief of joy, and if you're not having fun, it's going to make it more difficult for your small business to grow. Tip number 5, strive for consistency, not going viral. It feels like these days we are striving to go viral and we hyper focus on the algorithm, but realistically we can't predict if and when this will happen. And ask yourself, if you did go viral and got hundreds, thousands of orders, are you prepared to fulfill them? Instead, you should focus on being consistent and defining what consistency means for you. Is that posting daily, 2 to 3 times per week, or even once a week? Consistency will beat out one-hit wonders every day of the week. We hope you found these tips to be helpful in preparation for your upcoming launch day. This is our very first ever YouTube video, and we hope to continue to share our tips and tricks and things that we learn along the way. So please subscribe, as it will really help our small business grow. If you have any other tips that have been helpful for you in preparing for a launch, please add them to the comment section below, as I'm sure it'll be very helpful for other small businesses. See you in the next video. What was I trying to say? Well, let's restart. Here comes Xena. She's gonna be a little wild. Oh, testing. Rolling. Yes. Okay. Starting all over. And then the camera comes on, and I'm like, I forget. Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay, stop. Okay, here we go. That is it. Goodbye. No.